Hi friends, welcome to Create with Joey live Tuesday afternoons, and I might be actually even a minute early. Usually try to start at 1:30, but I was ready to go, so I thought I'd go ahead and get started. I'll give you a few minutes to click on. Or people that find me. I'm looking down because I'm looking at my iPad, which is just below me, and I'm going to try and find my own page and see if I can see that we're live. And I'm scrolling, looks like we made it. So I'll pick that up, and then it's also giving me a chance to share it, so I'm going to share it to my Create for Fun with Joey group, which is my any stamper can belong to that wants to, and then my Love to Create group, which is my my team group. So I've got those shared now, so they should be seeing this as well. Thanks for being with me today. I've got some really cute projects to show you. So I do a lot of 3D, and for my last team meeting, we did a lot of 3D projects. So I'm going to share a similar one that we did, not the actual one that we did at my team meeting because those are exclusive to my group. But I have one similar that's really cute too, and it's using the Painted Season stamp set and dies. So I'm going to point you down. I'm going to go upside down for a second if I find the right place to poke here. I know last time I was kind of goofy. Okay, so I'm going to go upside down, and then you'll be seeing my projects. Here we go. Okay, hopefully that's good. Let me get things situated for a minute. Take this over here, take this over here. I'm gonna hold on while I get going here. I'm gonna bring my camera a little bit closer this way and try and get my iPad out of the way. So let's go up like this and then like that. See what happens. Okay. Hi friend. Welcome today. Okay. Well, it's not getting better. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try this. See if I went the wrong way or the right way. Oh, I did go the right way, so that's good. And hang on, I'll get you in the camera. Let me scoot this back now. And see. Hi, Steve. Okay, and then let's go this way a bit more. And then hopefully you're in the picture. You can still see my iPad, but let's see if we can get rid of that. Let me make one more adjustment here. I need to just go up a little bit, I think. And we'll try that. See if that's a little better. If not, we'll just go with it. It'll be fine. Okay, and then we're still not straight here. Okay. Okay. Anyway, welcome. Sorry, it always takes me a while to get everything adjusted. I was going to show you these projects that we made for my team meeting. This is just a little bag, but you could put like a lip gloss or something small like that. Might even be able to fit a pen in it. This is a little box that we made. We made these all out of the daisy punch and the gingham paper. And then I used the Treat Time stamp set. And then there's this little one that's with the Granny Apple Green. Got that one. And then we've got this is the one we're going to make something similar to today. It's a sour cream container. Ours is going to be a little bit different, and a little bit smaller, because ours is going to be a carrot that we make today. And then I have a little basket here. Whoops. And we're going to make a similar basket to this as well, but we are not using the daisy punch. We're using a different stamp set. Okay, and different punches. All right, so there we go. All right, let's, I have some prizes to give away. So these, if you share my comment and share my video, I just do a random pick of people to send the cards to that I made the week before. So this card's going to my friend Chris Wilson. She's in Denver, a friend I grew up with, and she commented and shared the video last time. And this one is going to Donna Lathrop. So Donna, I need your address. I don't have your address, but you'll get this one. So those two are going out. Now for next week, I'm going to give a set of doilies away because we're going to use those today. And then since we're making 3D projects today, I'll give away some of these cards that I made with the Painted Season stamp set. So these will be the cards that'll be the gifts for next time. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and start with our first project. Okay, so this is the basket that we're going to make today. So I still feel like, sorry, it's just bugging me that I can't get you in the camera any better. So I'm going to make one more adjustment on my phone and see if we get you going this way just a little bit so you can see better. And then, yeah, it looks like that's going to be a little bit better. Pull back here just a tad. Okay, well, it's crooked, but let's try this. See if that straightens it out. Okay, so this is the basket we're going to make this time. So it uses the Painted Seasons paper, Designer Series paper, and then the Painted Seasons stamp set. So it's always a little bit hard to show 3D when you're here. I'll lay it like this so maybe you can see it better. And for some reason, this is still crooked. Dang. Okay, let me try again and see if I can get it straighter. I don't know if it gets worse or better. No, it gets worse. Okay, so let's go this way. All right, but while I'm waiting for the camera to catch up so I can see if we're better there, we're finally straight. Goodness gracious. Okay, thanks for hanging in there with me through that. Okay, so we're going to take our Stampin' Trimmer. This is a piece of 6x6 cardstock, and we're going to score it at 2 and at 4 on both sides. So make sure our Stampin' Trimmers have a scoring blade, and then they also have a cutting blade. The light gray is scoring, so you want to make sure you pick that. So let's go ahead and score at 2. Then we'll come on over and score at 4. And then we'll turn it and score at 2 again. And on Designer Series paper, you don't want to push too hard. And 4. So there we go for that one. Okay, let's go ahead and make some cuts. So it's a little bit hard to see because this paper kind of hides the score lines. So sometimes I actually fold it a bit just so I can see the score lines, where to cut. And we want to cut these, whoops, let me grab my paper snips. So we want to cut from this score line, there's a score line right here, and you might not be able to see it, up to the horizontal score line. So you're going to have a flap that looks like that. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Pam. Nice to have company today. I didn't know if anybody was going to join me because usually a few jump right on at the beginning. Happy Tuesday to you, Pam. And if you don't live in Lincoln, Nebraska, where we live, I don't know what your weather is, but we're having a nice day. Spring is coming here, which we all cannot wait for. Okay, we've had a hard winter in the Midwest. I don't know if you are watching and you're not from the Midwest, and I know I have some Australian friends that watch as well, and they're just going into fall, I think. Hi, Panchon. We're making an Easter basket today. Well, we're making a spring basket. Okay, so here's my score lines. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to figure out where to put my adhesive. So let's see, I think we want adhesive. Okay, so here's my score line here and here. So we're gonna put some adhesive, whoops, no, it's just about out. So this is tear and tape adhesive. It's good to use on your 3D project. Snail adhesive or your tape runners won't really hold this, so you really need to have tear and tape, or your Tombow will hold it too, but for the sake of video, Tombow takes a little bit longer to dry. For craft fairs, I use Tombow 90% of the time because I know for sure it's going to hold. So I'm putting some tear and tape on the outsides of these. Now we do need a little bit more adhesive in another side of this, but I think it's easiest to show you how to do it this way. So again, this is a 6x6 piece of paper that we scored at 2 and 4, and then we turned it the opposite way and scored at 2 and 4 again. So it's a really easy pattern to follow. Then we just scored up, or we just cut our paper up on 2 opposite sides. You make sure you just go 2 opposite sides. I'm using my Take a Pick tool. It has a spatula end, and then it also has a pointy end that you can, it helps lift up the tape really well, I have found. Okay, so we're going to, now what we want to do is we want to kind of push that middle flap in, because what we want to do is match up the points of our basket like so, right at the top there, and then I'm going to hold that while I bring up this flap, and it was already kind of up. So this is still loose here, but that's okay, we're going to fix that. Say the other side as well, push down that flap, then match these 2 corners. I'll try and put it up to the camera. Match those 2 corners, and then you bring this flap up because that's where the adhesive is. We put adhesive on these 2 sides. So this is still loose, and that's okay. We're going to leave that for just a moment. Actually, we can go ahead and tape that. So we'll grab some more tear and tape. And then what I'm going to do is, hopefully you can see this, I'm just going to put a little bit more here. I felt like it was going to be confusing for the video to have that on ahead of time. But you'll be able to tell when you make your box where you want the tear and tape. So we're going to put a little bit more on that flap so that that goes down and closes up our basket. And I'll show you in a bit why we didn't put tear and tape in one particular place, and it has to do with the handles. So, but when we get ready to make the handle, I'll show you. Okay, so we've got all that done. Okay, so there's a basic basket already made. Now we could go ahead and make the basket. That would be okay. Hi, Sonia. The handle, I should say. We already made the basket with the handle. So I'm going to grab, for this you can use your snail. So this is a piece of pattern paper that is 3/4 of an inch by 8.5 inches. I'm putting it on a piece of Grapefruit Grove cardstock that is, whoops, that's crooked, which is peel it off carefully. This Grapefruit Grove is 1 inch by 8.5 inches. And then I'll see if I can't get this a little straighter. So I'm just putting the pattern paper down the middle of that. Now what I am going to do is kind of bend my cardstock gently, like this, and kind of not tear down the fibers, but kind of soften those fibers a bit, so because my handle, we want the handle to curve. Okay, now we're going to take some glue dots and just put a few right on the end of our handle, and I'm going to put more than one. I'm probably going to put as many as 3. So now you want the glue dots on the pretty side that's going to be on the outside of your basket, and that's because you're going to glue those into the side. Again, the side that is pretty is the side that goes inside your basket. So the reason I didn't put tape on this flap, this is a middle flap, is so that we could tuck in, I don't know if you can see me, I hope you can, I'll hold it up a bit. You can put this handle in like so. Now I'm not going to smash it down yet because I want to come over to this side. Again, I'm kind of pulling down that middle flap and I'm tucking it in. So can you see that I tucked it in there under that flap? And that's why I didn't want to put down, this isn't quite even here, but let's try that again. I'm trying to hold it so you can see it and I can see it, and it's not working very well. But we'll put the handle straight, and then when you feel like it's straight, that's not straight either. I'm gently, it doesn't look like it's gently, but it's fairly gently, pulling that off, and I'm lining it, the middle up with that point of my basket, and then I'm pushing down on the inside, so that way we don't have a messy edge in the middle of our basket. Now you can just glue in your handle, and it would look just fine if it makes it easier. So there's our basic basket. So now we're going to go ahead and do our stamping and make our pretty part that's going to be on the card. So let me grab some scrap paper and my stamp and an ink pad. Okay, so we're ready to go with this. And then this is Coastal Cabana ink. I think what's listed on the back of the paper, which, let me grab the paper. So this is the paper pack. Let me move that out of the way for a minute. And these are the patterns. So this is available with a $50 purchase. So the front and back are both beautiful. This is there's one for every season. So there's summer, this one's fall, spring, there's the Christmas one, which has pool party on the back. This is Call Me Clover. And then the one we're using today. So those are the ones you get. So those are a celebration item, which means they're free with a $50 purchase. That pack of paper. Now, if you want the stamp set, you can get the stamp set and the paper for a $100 purchase. Okay, closing up my ink pad, I'm going to grab my Big Shot, kind of push this stuff out of the way, and then we're going to die cut this guy. This is the stamp set, the Painted Season stamp set. Those are all the I love the pine cone. I really like all of it. I have used all of these stamps. And then the dies, now this magnetic sheet that I have my dies on, that doesn't come with it, but all of these dies come in the set. So we're gonna grab the flower one and the Big Shot. And I'm gonna back this out. Get a little bit closer to you. Then I'm going to line up my die. Sometimes you kind of have to move it around a bit. Looks like it goes like that. So we have the magnetic platform down, we have one acrylic plate down, and the magnetic platform is going to help hold our die down to the paper so it doesn't move around. Taking another acrylic plate to go over the top. And oops, it moved just a touch here. Sometimes the magnets want to push it around a bit, so then you just, whoops, not straight. Try again. And it crinkles like that. That's okay. The only time it's not okay is if you find your Big Shot is really, really hard to push through, then you need to stop. Because if it's hard to push through, something might not be quite right. So just double check your sandwich if that happens. Now, if you don't have a Big Shot, it's a great time to buy one because it is celebration when you get free products for your purchases that are $50 or more. And so it's a good time to buy it. But if you don't buy it right now, you can always cut these flowers out with your scissors. That's not too hard to do. Okay, so we're going to put some leaves around this flower. We're going to grab our leaf punch and punch 3 leaves out of Coastal Cabana. I started with lemon lime twist for this card, and I didn't end up choosing that because the inside of the paper, which you can't really see that well with the shreddy in it, but it has the pool party and it has the lemon lime twist, but I just didn't think it looked quite as pretty as the Coastal Cabana. So, yeah, Coastal Cabana. Okay, so that's our punch for that guy. Then we're just gonna take our glue dots and I just stick them right on my glue dots, whatever I'm gonna stick down, and we've got 3 of these leaves. Now there are leaves, there are leaves in the die set, obviously, but I promised you a quick and easy treat box, so I'm not taking the time to stamp and die cut the leaves that go with it, but they're beautiful. If you have time to do that, then that will be really lovely too. So I think my flower, it looks to me like this is the way the flower would go up, so I'm putting that side up and putting some leaves kind of in the top of that, then taking my other 2 leaves, and I'm going to, I use 3 because normally groups of 3 are most pleasing to the eye, or groups of 5. So I use 3, and I'm gonna just put my other leaves down there. So there's our flower. I'm gonna grab a doily here. So if you comment and share my video, you'll get in a drawing for getting a package of these doilies for next week. I really appreciate that sharing, and you know, if you know other crafters in your life, or even people that just like to watch to get ideas for whatever projects they might be working on. I'm putting on Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of these flowers, and I put them on right on top of the leaves sometimes, and that just helps secure everything. The doily has a pearlized side and a white side, so I'm going to use the pearlized side because I always like bling for the most part. So there's that part. Then we have one more thing to stamp. We have to grab a different ink. Oh, you know what? I was going to use a different color flower for this one. Well, I actually have one cut. Let me see if I can pull this off. I think I can. Hi, Janet. Nice to see you today, joining us. I appreciate that. So this is one I made earlier when I was kind of experimenting. So let's use this one and see if we like the Grapefruit Grove one better than the Coastal Cabana one. I can use that flower I just made on another project. So let's try this one. And we'll stick it back on our doily. Like so. Okay, we'll set that aside for just a second. Now it's kind of sticky on the bottom because those dimensionals are going to kind of go through to the other side, but that's okay because we're going to stick it to our basket in a minute. So I'm grabbing my Happy Spring stamp. This is from the Fable Friends stamp set, which I'm looking around here because I know I had it out to show you. Fable Friends, where are you hiding? Okay, here we go. So this is a Fable Friends stamp set. We're going to use this for our other projects today too. But this is the Happy Spring. So you can make it Easter, but we're making it spring. You can also use these images for a baby card. There's a baby greeting as well. Okay, so we're going to grab a piece of scrap paper and tap, tap, tap on our ink pad, straight down to stamp and straight up. Then we're going to grab our 1 3/8 scallop punch and punch that out. So I'm centering that in the middle of my punch. So I've got it turned upside down, and then I go in from the top and I'm centering it, and then I go ahead and punch it because I can see then if it's centered or not. So I want to go in from the back side of the punch. We'll close our ink before we have before we have any disaster. As long as I've been stamping, I still have disasters once in a while. Okay, so we have our basket, and we have our main part of our greeting, and we have our Happy Spring. So the main part of our basket, I should say. Let's grab some shredding. Now, the online store in the clearance rack still had shreddy available. I think yesterday or the day before I checked, it was still available in the clearance rack. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. And then let's put some dimensionals on the back of this guy. You could use glue dots on this if you wanted to. And I'm gonna put them in opposite places. I don't know if you can see, but here's where the ones that are holding on the flower to the doily, and then I'm kind of going on opposite sides for the ones that go right on the back of the doily that will stick this to the basket. So I'm arranging my leaves so that the 2 leaves kind of go towards the bottom, and then the 1 leaf goes towards the top. And I'm kind of going halfway up with my doily, like so. Okay, like that. So then we've got our happy spring down here. Okay, so let's put a dimensional. We want this to kind of tuck in down here, like, let's see, maybe like so. So we want to kind of keep it contained in the basket. So I'm going to put my dimensional right on the edge here. And then I'm going to kind of see it, tuck that back in, so about like that. Okay, I think it needs something else, so let's get out some twine, and I just had it out today. This is Silver and Pool Party twine. So I'm going to double this up. So all I'm doing is, hi Ingrid, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. We're making 3D items today. So I'm going to just double my twine, and then I'm going to cut off this end, and I'm just going to treat it like one piece of ribbon. So I'm going to just make a loop here, and then just loop around, and then come back through, and then pull my bow like so. I probably could have been okay with just one strand on this. Hopefully we didn't get too much going on our card to keep it. I think we'll make it a bit smaller though. So then you just pull your loops in and tighten it up a bit. Now I'm going to put it on a mini glue dot. So I'm going to stick it right on the glue dot, and then I'm going to pinch it to get it off. And then I'm going to put this right at the bottom of my flower, right on my, whoops, my happy spring little tag there. So there you have it. Cute little basket. Now you wouldn't have to do all the stuff I did. It would go faster, obviously, if you you left 1 or 2 things off of this, but the basket itself is very quick and easy. So how do you like it? Do you like the colors we used? Here's the other one. Do you like it better with Pool Party flower or with Grapefruit Grove flower? Which one of those do you like better? I couldn't decide, so I started with this one, and then I made that one, and anyway, so I couldn't decide which was better. But I'd like to know which one you like, which one you think is better. So just type in Pool Party or Grapefruit Grove, and then we'll take a vote on which one we like the best. Oh, Pam, yeah, I was thinking for May baskets too. That's kind of why I did, and this one I didn't put the bow on, but I was thinking for my team, we made the similar one, but I was thinking they could use these for spring as well. It didn't have to be Easter, just it could be spring, just like we said. So let's go on to our next project. Let me get rid of the stuff we don't need, and then we will go to our next one. I gotta get the stuff we do need out. Okay, so this one, we'll move these out of the way and bring them back later. This is this is definitely Easter because this is a carrot for Easter. Oh, Sam, hi Sam, I didn't know you were watching. That's nice to see you today. So this is sort of like one of the projects we did for a recent class, and I thought I would go ahead and share it because it's another easy project. So I have a piece of designer series paper, and this gingham paper is back in stock. Yay! So happy about that. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have a piece of lemon lime twist paper that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to get this part of the carrot ready. So there's a couple ways you can do this. One is to just take your scissors and just, I'll put that there so you can see that or have time to copy it down. You can just cut thin strips down to about, you want about 1/4 of an inch down here or so. And you can just keep doing it like that. And while it takes takes a few minutes to do it like that, but it's still easily doable. I happen to have a scissors that Stampin' Up! Used to sell, and they might be available. Yeah, I'm sure they're available online somewhere. This will cut the grass for me. So I'm gonna just cut like so, and then keep cutting like that. But it's, as I said, you don't have to have the scissors to do this project. You can easily cut, especially if you're not gonna do a whole bunch of them. I tend to, when I'm doing 3D projects, I'm often doing them for craft fairs or for guests at my classes. So I'm usually doing quite a few. So that's the grass. We've got the grass done. Okay, so then let's go ahead and let's get this on our paper. So for this one, I'm going to put the bigger check out, and I'm going to put this to the side so if you need to see it and copy it, you can still see it if you need it. So I'm going to take my turn. Now again, I'm going to, before I get this taped, I'm going to kind of soften this just with my fingernail a little bit because it's going to, we want this to curve a bit. So you could take your bone folder, but I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to use my fingers for now. So whatever side is going to be the outside of your carrot, then your tear and tape goes on the opposite side. So since we decided we were going to put the larger check out, I'm going to put it right at the top. Right at the top. Now I got to, wait a minute, I got to think, am I doing this right? Yeah, I'm doing it right. Okay. And then if you burnish this down really well, you can take your tool and pull up the end of the tape. Sometimes it's just kind of a pain to get it started. So all we're doing so far is just getting the top of our carrot greens onto our cardstock. So we're going to just, let's see, I think I want to do it like this, so I can kind of see. So I'm going to put this guy on the grid paper and line him up with the score or the lines on the grid paper, and then I'm going to line this guy up on the next 1/4 inch line up. Does that make sense? So I'm getting it right on straight on the line because I don't want this to be crooked. And then I'm going to stand up, which you can't tell what I'm standing up, and I'm standing up, and I'm going to go up to the, whoops. Sometimes your tear and tape, if it goes off the edge, you just need to push it back onto itself. Then it doesn't stick out. So I'm going up to the 1/4 inch here, maybe just a little bit above it for the grass on my carrot, and then I'm going to push that down. Okay, so there's that part. Now we do need to kind of curl this up. I might use my bone folder now, but I'm going to kind of soften these edges because I need this to curl. And paper does not like to curl. It's made to lay straight, and that's what it really wants to do. So we just have to kind of break down those fibers just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to put tear and tape. I'm going to make a roll like this. So I'm going to take my tear and tape. I got to think how to do this to make sure I get it right. So I'm going to put some on it. So I'm going to put some down this side. Hi, Joan. We're making some 3D spring projects today. So I'm going to put this tearing tape down here, and I cut it a little bit long, but I'll do what I told you could do on this, which is I'll just turn it back on itself at the bottom, and then that'll take care of that extra. I could cut it off, but so let's lift this guy up. We're making a carrot for Easter, Joan. At least that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to push this end of the tearing tape back on itself. Now I'm going to roll this up. Before I roll this up, I need adhesive on one more side. So I think I want the adhesive at the top. Yeah, yep. For now, I want the adhesive at the top. So in fact, I want the adhesive at the bottom too, but we're not going to undo the adhesive at the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to put adhesive at the top. The trickiest part of this is just figuring out where the tape goes. And then I'm also going to put it at the bottom, but I'm not going to take the bottom strip off, and I'll show you why. So let's take the top off, and then we're going to, you can match this up with the gingham paper. Makes it really nice because you can kind of match up your stripes. But again, paper doesn't really like to curve, so it might be a little tricky right at first. So now I'm going to push this down from the inside. Well, it looks like I've got adhesive. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so now we could close it like this, but I like to turn that seam one way or the other. I think I'll turn it this way, just so it's not right where you're creasing it, and I'll show you why. So I've got adhesive at the top, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it like this. Okay, so eventually we're going to close this end going the opposite way. So we're going to close this end like this. But that's only after we have our candy in. Okay, so we're not going to do that yet. So let's finish the top of this real quick. So now I'm going to, let's do our tag, and then we can complete our project. So we're going to take this bunny stamp from the Fable Friends, and then we also need the greeting, the Easter greeting, and we're going to stamp on scrap paper. Whoops, that's not what we're stamping on. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're gonna stamp the bunny in. Actually, let's cut our dies out first, because that will help us know where to put the bunny. So I'm using stitch shaped ovals, and then the what am I want to say? The oval set that has the scallops and the plain ovals in it. These are two different die sets to make the tag. So let me grab the Big Shot again, and then I'll put this here so you can see what I'm doing, and then we're gonna cut a white stick-shaped circle, or oval, sorry, and then we're gonna cut Highland Heather is the purple color. Highland Heather scallop circle. So we'll move that up just a bit. I'm not sure if you can actually see that. Hopefully you can. And then we'll put this guy down here. Let's move this down. Trying to keep in the camera, but it's not working that well. Okay, so then again, we need the acrylic plate over the top, and we're going to run it through the Big Shot. And that crinkling, again, I know I've mentioned it before, but it's not a big deal. That's the way it's supposed to go. We'll take that out, and we'll take our Highland Heather oval out. Then we'll get this out of the way. We're done with that. Okay, now we can take our bunny and do our stamping here. So I'm going to take crumb cake ink for the bunny because I want him to kind of be light in the background. And I'm going to try and line up his ears. Yeah, the animals are so cute in this set. It's adorable. This set is, it reminds me of the Beatrix Potter books that have all the really darling animals in it. So I inked this up with crumb cake, and then I need to bring it towards me just a bit so I'm not getting my hair in there. So I'm going to put my ears of my bunny pretty much towards the top because I have to fit on my Easter greeting. So if his ears go a little bit off the edge, I'm okay with that. So just stamp straight down and then straight up, and then we have our cute little bunny, so cute. Then I'm going to take our Easter greetings and I'm going to pull out Gorgeous Grape. Now gosh, I can't talk. The gingham paper is actually Highland Heather, and this is Highland Heather, our oval, but I wanted a little bit darker ink so it didn't cover up, so I could see it over the bunny. So I'm trying to line this up so that I make sure the whole greeting gets on there. Straight down, straight up. And you can kind of read it. I probably should have stamped off my bunny once, but you can still read Easter greetings in that. If you're doing this same project, you might want to stamp off the bunny so he's just a little bit lighter. But you can see that it's a cute bunny and that there's an Easter greeting on there. So let's put our ink away. Let's grab our snail. The animals, Pam was referring to the animals in this set, they are also easy to color. I didn't color this guy today because I'm trying to make this not be an hour-long project, that you could make several of these and do it fairly quickly. Okay, so now we're going to grab, we do have to put ribbon on here, or I'm putting ribbon. You wouldn't have to put ribbon on it. And I do something with the ribbon that I don't, this is going to be the back of our carrot because it's got the seam on the back. So we're going to bring this around. Let me get it cut first. So I don't want it too much longer than my carrot. But since our greetings, or our bunny tag's going to go here, I'm going to bring this ribbon around like this so that I don't have that ribbon seam in the back, and then you have two different seams going on. So what I'm going to do actually is something I usually don't do. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive down here, and then I'm actually, let's see, how did I do this? I make projects and then I think I'll remember how I did them, and then I don't always remember how did I do that. Okay, so we're going to line this up. Kind of, let's do it this way so we can see if we're even or not. So line that up and pull it over this way just a bit. Okay. Okay. Like that. Now what I'm going to do actually is put down some glue dots here. So I think I'll just grab my take a pick tool and get that end on it so that I can grab these glue dots easily. And I'm just going to grab my glue dot, and then I'm just going to put one here and maybe a second one here. Ribbon holds down well with glue dots, so you don't need to worry that your ribbon won't stay. In fact, it'll hold it way better than the tape runner. Okay, so we've got that down, and then I'm going to make this a little bit shorter because our little bunny tag at the top is not very wide, and I'm trying to hide that seam like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take another couple of glue dots, and I'm just, whoops, this is not straight. Okay, that probably didn't work the best, but not sure I made it any better, but we'll move on so I don't hold you up today. Okay, so then we've got another glue dot. Well, I'm sorry, that's bugging me. Let me try and fix this. And of course I'm tearing my paper. So I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. So let me grab another glue dot. Now it's sticking to my sleeve of my jacket. The glue dot. Sometimes I find things stuck on my clothes that you know, didn't really belong there. So I'm going to put down another glue dot and try and straighten this out a bit. Let's see how we do. I think we'll be okay because the tag's going to cover that up. I always tell my customers there's no mistakes in stamping. There's just room for embellishment. So I think that's good. I think I'll put one more glue dot. I don't want the ribbon slipping off because that wouldn't be good. So I'm going to put one more glue dot on the end over here and then just pull this across and match up the ribbon on both sides, and then we have it like that. So then we'll take our bunny here. And for this too, I think I'll use glue dots at the top and then one dimensional underneath. So I'm going to grab the glue dots again and put a couple up here at the top, like so. And then I'm also going to put a dimensional on this because I want it to be pretty, just one will work, pretty secure, like so. Okay. So now we're going to take that guy off, and I'm going to line this up kind of like so, because we are going to put a bow up here. So again, with the ribbon, I make a loop, then I wrap around like this, come back through. Whoops. No, that didn't work. Okay, let's try it again. Loop. Come around like this, then you take your index finger and push that ribbon through and grab it with your other index finger and thumb and pull like that, and that makes it flat, like so. Okay, then you can tighten up your bow a bit, like this. We don't want it too big on this guy, and tighten it up, and then we'll just trim the ends at an angle. Like so, like this one, and then this, too. Okay, and again, we're going to use mini glue dots because they're the best for ribbons. So I'm going to put a couple on it, like so. And then we'll just put this at the top like that. And then we have that part. Now what's going to happen is, you know, we put adhesive down here. So I'm going to put candy in here, and then I will tear off that strip of adhesive, and then I'll close it like this, of which I'm not going to do right now, but that's how you get your carrot shape, like this. So it looks like this one. Okay, so how do you like it? I thought it turned out cute. There was one similar in there is one similar in the Occasions catalog, so I took my idea from there. Do you like the larger gingham, or do you like the smaller gingham for the bunny? I think they're both pretty good, but I don't know. I kind of like both of them. I love the gingham paper. You can hardly go wrong with the gingham paper anyway. So while I put this stuff away, I'll let you look at those for a second. And I'll go on to my last project, and then we'll have everything done for today. So let me put that away, and I'll grab the last project. Okay, this one I did do for my class, my Easter class. And the girls were asking directions for it, so I did write out directions, but I thought if I included on this Facebook Live, they could watch the Facebook Live, because I'll have it on replay on my Create with Joey page. So you like the larger check too, Pam? Yeah, I think I do too, actually. At the beginning when I first started using the gingham paper, I used almost always the small check, and I don't know why, because lately I've been using almost all the wide check. I don't know. You go in stages with stuff that you that you change your mind on once in a while. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Inside of this are these little Ghirardelli chocolates, and you can buy these anywhere. I think I got mine at Target, and I got a big bag of them. Again, because I usually, when I'm making treat holders, I make a lot of them. So these, and I think there's different flavors too that you can get. These are the milk chocolate caramel and milk chocolate that I got. They come in the same bag. They're all in the same bag. So we're gonna grab, the first thing we have to do is take our, let me get stuff out of the way for a second. So this is a piece of cardstock. Here, I've got dimensions here. 2 by 8.5. And we're gonna score it at 4 and 4.5. So I'm gonna get my trimmer out and we're gonna go at 4. Here's the measurements right on your trimmer. So there's 4 right there. And again, we want our gray scoring blade. And then we're gonna go to 4.5. Just move it down. There's the 4.5 mark. Oh, Joan, you like this check paper? It's so adorable. And it comes in 5 different colors in one pack. So yes, we love the gingham paper. Okay, so then that's what we've got so far. So let me... Okay, if some of you just started watching, if you'll share my video, you'll get into drawing for some free doilies that we were using today. So I appreciate it when you share. And it helps, Facebook helps us get more viewers. So there's probably other people out there that might enjoy watching these treat holders and learning how to make them. So I'm just all about sharing, so I'd appreciate it if you would share too. Okay, so this is the tag topper punch. So I'm gonna punch both ends of this. And like so. So that's gonna help us hold our treat together. So let's, and if you're watching on replay too, that's great too. I still go back and read my comments, and I include you in the drawing if you've shared it as well. So that, I would appreciate it. Okay, so let's keep going here. I have the designer series paper is a 1 3/4 by 3. So I'm gonna put 1 on the back. Since we're voting for the large check today, let's go ahead and use that instead of the small. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to just kind of guide. I'm looking at around the edges and making sure those 3 are about the same. And they're about 1/8 of an inch on those 3 sides, just about. And then the same on the other end. So this is the score line I'm using to line it up by. And I'm just putting 1/8 of an inch around like so, like that. Okay, so there's that part. Now what I did for my, oh Pam, thank you. What I did for my, these guys, there might be a better way to do this, I don't know, but I just use glue dots. And they've been holding, I made these treats like 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. They've been holding really well. So what I did was I actually stuck these together with glue dots. So that's the first thing I did. Then I put glue dots on the back of whatever the bottom one was, like this. And then what I did was I held this up, and I'm gonna kind of squish these like flat on the bottom of my treat holder. And the reason I did that is I just thought it made it more secure. And then I'm gonna kind of center them and then pull up like this. So you can see that they're pretty snug in there. They're attached to each other, and they're also attached to the treat holder with the glue dots. So I found that it's holding pretty well. I haven't had any problems with it. So let's set that aside and let's do our stamping. So I've got Highland Heather ink. Oh, I want to show you something too. I just saw this on a video for the first time yesterday. If you push here, it opens up your ink pads. Look at that. So you just put pressure here. Hi Martha, you found us today. I was just showing them, I didn't know this until just yesterday, but if you put pressure with both thumbs at the end of your ink pad, it pops it open. I can't wait to share that with my customers because they struggle opening these. They're so used to our other ones. Okay, for our tag, I use this die. This is from the Stitch Labels Framelits, and I use this one, and I've already cut those because you've already seen me use the Big Shot today, and so I think you get the gist of that. And we are going to do Easter greetings again on this one because we've got Easter eggs and an Easter bunny. So Highland Heather ink, I'm going right in the middle of my little circle, pressing down, pulling up, straight up, trying not to rock the stamp. Okay, so then we've got our greeting. And probably before we do anything else, we need to go ahead and put this, hold this together. So I have used the white flax ribbon. It's called flax or linen flax. Okay, this is the roll that you get, and you get 10 yards of it. And what I did was I just cut down the edge of this with my scissors. So I cut down on this piece with my scissors because what I was after was to get these strands. So I'm going to pull 2 strands out of there. And yeah, I know, Martha, I had no clue. Till I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, they're gonna really like that. They're really struggling getting them open and closed. I don't know why. I looped this, and now I'm putting it through the top of my treat holder, and I'm pulling through like so. Okay, so we know that this is going to be the front, and it doesn't matter what side. Well, let's see. It does matter what side, so that's right. Okay, so that's good. So then I'm going to pull those 2 strands back apart because I want to make a bow. So this is really easy to tie with. I could have put the whole linen thread through, but I kind of like these little wispy threads. But they're not wimpy. They're just, it's really sturdy twine. We're just gonna trim them up a bit. But I thought it looked cute. Kind of springy, a little more springy maybe. Okay, so we've got that, and let's pull out some scrap paper, and we're gonna punch our flowers. I don't know if you can see this guy. So let's punch the flowers. These flowers are from these little punches that are in the Occasions catalog on page 25. It's called the Bitty Blooms Punch Pack, and there's 4 punches in them. They're pretty tiny in the book. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's what we're using. One of the flowers from that. So I'm gonna punch a yellow one and a Highland Heather one, since we used Highland Heather on our project. And then a Grapefruit Grove one. Okay? All right, so we've got our flowers. Let's go ahead and put on our tag here. So again, I'm going to use dimensionals for that. I'm going to grab my dimensionals and my tag. And I usually put at least 2. Sometimes, you know, a treat holder is going to be handled. So I try to really secure everything that somebody's going to handle. So you could get away with 1. I just use more because having done a lot of craft fairs, I feel like I just trust it to stay in place more when people handle it. Because people pick up, you know, cute things like this, and even if it wasn't, you know, if they, like my customers, if I have some things like this laying out, they pick them up. Okay, let's grab, I do have just a little piercing mat. This is something we used to have. We don't have it anymore. And I'm going to, but you could use any surface, you could use our Stamp and Pierce mat. That's what I probably should have pulled out. And I'm just pushing down in the center of this with the back of my piercing tool. And what it's doing is, well, can you see that? It's folding up the flower petals so that they come up and make it a little more flowery, because petals usually come up like that. Okay, so let's grab those and stick those on glue dots. So I'm just going to stick them right on the glue dot. Try and keep my petals from not smashing down. Okay, so we're gonna put, we'll mix up our flowers a little bit from the other one. We're gonna put 2, one right at the top of the E. Am I in the camera? Gonna come up a bit. And then let's do the yellow one. I've been using purple and yellow together, or blue and yellow, quite a bit actually. I don't know why. I guess I just feel like the purple and yellow's really pretty together. And then I'm using the Grapefruit Grove because our other projects have Grapefruit Grove sticking up the petals on my flower, because when you handle them, they kind of want to smash down a bit. But I wanted our projects to all kind of look cohesive, so that's why I changed up the colors a bit. Now we need our rhinestones, so I'll just pull out, oh, I had them out, here they are. So rhinestones, this whole sheet was full of rhinestones. They're a really good value. I'm just using up the last ones on our project. So I'm gonna take my piercing tool and actually, yeah, let's go ahead and I have to kind of pull this towards me. I probably should have done this before I put them on. I think I'll use this end actually. Now, if your Take-A-Pick tool has this little end on it, you don't want it to be quite that long, so you want to snip that off. And then you can just use it on your jewels like so. Just pull them right off of the sheet. And one more. And then we go down there. Okay, and there you have it. There's our cute little Ghirardelli bunny treat holders. What do you like on this one? Do you like, now this purple ribbon, I'm really sorry, it's not available anymore, so I didn't use it today. It was a celebration item that was so vastly popular. It sold out once and then it sold out a second time. So we can't get that anymore, but from now through the end of this week, you can still get free products with a $50 purchase. So there's those guys. Let me move this over just a bit. And there's these little baskets that we made. And then what else do we have? There's our carrots. Our carrot guys, which mine isn't closed at the bottom, which you know, but that will be sealed once I put the candy in it. So those are our pretty little spring projects. This was really fun for me to bring to you today. I hope you enjoyed it. It looks like I've been in a shadow though. I'm looking at my camera. I'm like, hopefully you can see everything I made. If the comments always get in your way, you can just swipe them to the side and then you can maybe see better. But Joan, you like the small check on this one? Yeah. Maybe because it's a little bit smaller pack. Whoops, our rhinestone's coming off. We can't have that. Let's fix that. I don't know where I did with my tool. Oh, here it is. So that's on the one we made today. I might just get a different rhinestone because I'm wondering if the adhesive didn't stay intact on that one. Let's put another one on. We gotta have it right. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and again, I'm happy to come and share with you, and I hope you enjoyed what you're seeing. I hope you can use what you're seeing or get some ideas for your own crafting. But anyway, thanks for the thumbs up and the hearts. I really appreciate it, and all your comments and everybody. So anyway, well, here, I don't need to talk down. I can lift up and go this way so I can actually see you. All right, it's been so nice to spend some time with you today. Thanks so much for joining me. And I plan to be back. I do have a couple more treat holders that I designed that I thought I might share with you later this week. And if not, I'll be back next Tuesday around 1:30 Central Time. So I hope you'll join me. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.